Here's what 77 days in a pitch black room taught me about transformation. My name is Traver Boehm. I'm the founder of the UNcivilized movement, the author of 3 books, and I've spent 77 days in dark retreats. One for 28 days, one for 49 days. If you've ever done a dark retreat, you know that's a long ass time. And this video is for anybody who's going through a major change. That could be a divorce, that could be a job change, that could be an illness, that could be some identity shift that's monumental. Those are tough times, aren't they? Transitions are not easy. And here are 3 things that will help you immediately when you understand them, navigate this transition. Number 1, if you want to go through a transformation, you are going to be severed from the life you once knew. When I went from the light into a pitch black room, suddenly everything changed. I couldn't see. My ears became more acute. I had to move around with my hands. Everything was different than the outside world. So some of you have woken up this morning and found out you're no longer married. You're no longer pregnant. You're no longer going to be an addict. You're no longer going to be an accountant, an attorney, or any of the major identities that we wear as people. And being severed from your identity is both terrifying and painful. But when you understand that this is part of transformation, it's an actual part of transformation, you can take a deep breath and know that there's another side to the coin. So do that. Breathe. Have a practice that you can lean into during this time that isn't requiring an identity of you. One of the major practices I used to get through the time in the dark was meditation. It didn't matter who I was, what my name was, what I thought about myself, who I was in my prior lives, what I did for a living. I could sit down, I could close my eyes, and I could breathe. Now it can be meditation, it can be fitness, it can be jujitsu, it can be yoga, it can be surfing, it can be journaling, it can be prayer, it can be church, it can be singing, it can be playing an instrument. It doesn't matter what it is, but having a practice will be vastly valuable to you when you've just lost your identity. The second thing that happens in a transformation, you are severed from the world that you knew. All of a sudden, you may not be welcome in communities. People may think you're different. Anybody who's been divorced knows suddenly there's a line drawn down the middle of families and friends, and people who used to talk to you yesterday won't give you the time of day. You're severed from the world that you knew. And that's okay because you're going from one world to another world. And trust me, this world is so often better, but it's the in-between space that is absolutely terrifying for us as people. So what do you do in this stage? In addition to having your practices, you lean on the people who are still in your world. You lean on the people who are close to you. That may only be one person. That may only be 2 people. If you don't have those people, it's okay to seek out professionals. When I was getting divorced and my world exploded, my communities were divided. I made sure I had someone who would listen to me every single week, even if I had to pay him. And yes, paying someone is better than ChatGPT. So you're going to be severed from the world that you knew. Again, how terrifying is it for people? Because deep in our lizard brain, deep in our body, we have this feeling, this fear that if I don't have my world around me, I'm going to freeze, I'm going to starve, I'm going to die in the woods. And I get that. It's so scary. And number 3, here's part of the transformation that's also going to bite at you or get at you and be hard for you. You'll know intuitively in your body, in your heart, and in your soul that you can never go back to the life that you knew. Again, if I use heartbreak, you often know you can't go back to that relationship. If you've left a major job, people who have left the military, people who have left law enforcement, no, I'm never going to be a cop again. I'm never going to be a soldier again, even if I have the uniform on the wall, even if I have the flag and the patches. You can never go back to the life that you knew. And that is the point. All of these 3 things are very unsettling, destabilizing. Our nervous systems don't like them. And this is why we fight transformation despite having it on our vision boards and our goal sheets, right? And our year designs, there's a very real part of us that says change equals death, change equals fear, change equals scary. So I'm going to ask you again to lean into a practice, to have people close to you who can speak to. Men specifically, you need men around you. Women, you need women around you. And 3, when you know you can't go back to the life that you had, to have courage and to have faith that there is a life for you. And now I've worked with thousands and thousands of people who have gone through major transitions. And 99.9 of them say, I'm so blessed, I'm so grateful to live in this world now. I can't even imagine my life back in the old one. When I came out of the dark and back into the light on the 28th day and the 49th day, I knew I was not going to be the same person. I knew I wasn't the same person, and I wouldn't be entering the same world ever again. And I had to rely on the same courage and faith that I'm asking you to. So be brave. Transitions, transformation, and change are challenging, but they are also so often in hindsight the most beautiful parts of our human journey. If this has been helpful to you, please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and share this video with somebody else.